Even if the sky falls, we are going to be here to do the show and make sure that you enjoy the very best of movie talks, of reviews, of analyses, and everything that you can watch and use and delight in yourself on your screen. So, welcome to Film Focus on Smooth 98.1.
Oh, Nade,
Yo, can you hear?
can you hear me?
Yes, we can. Can you hear me?
Okay. Yeah.
How favorable?
Can you hear Reese?
Yeah, Oris, can you hear me?
I can hear.
Okay.
Loud and
Yeah,
clear.
I can. Yeah.
Everybody's good.
You're here fine, no?
Thank you. So, ready?
Yeah.
Okay, this is sounding distant. Okay, so look. All right, we're going in. Love music, love life, love movies. It's now 6 minutes past 11 o'clock, and you are welcome to Film Focus on Smooth 98.1. Guess what? It's the last Friday in the month of July 2025. We are done with July. The next time we will be back here, it will be in August. And I hope that July has turned out pretty good for you. But this is where we talk about movies, series, animations, documentaries, and everything on your screen for 1 hour every Friday, 11 till 12 o'clock, and some extra minutes sometimes. Welcome to Film Focus. My name is Oluwaseun Olusegun. I tell you, today is going to be such an exciting one because we have so much to talk about, from the movie or the series we're going to be reviewing to the updates we're going to be telling you, as well as the box office numbers. What are Nigerians watching? Why are they watching what they're watching? And what are our analysts watching and dissuading you from watching or encouraging you to watch? And so on. We'll also be talking about Benin deciding to make Spike Lee and his wife ambassadors. Not something I saw coming. And we're going to be talking about that streaming platform. 2 weeks ago, we started a conversation about streaming platforms and Nigerians having their own customized. Looks like they even thought about that before we had that conversation, and they've been popping right, left, and center. So to discuss all of that and more, and to analyze and to give their take, unbiased, no holds, they're not holding anything back at all. Please welcome in the studio with me, joining me in flesh and blood, the one and the only Reese. Good morning.
Morning, Sean. And good morning to all of our listeners, wherever they might be.
And joining us virtually, but that is not in any way watering down his stakes. Welcome, the one and the only Irabo.
Thank you so much, Sean. I mean, Michael Buffer will be proud, I guess. I hope.
Okugan will be proud as well. Rest assured.
I've torn my shirt today in honor of Okogano. Yeah!
So, how's everybody doing? Who wants to go first? Let's start with you, Irabo. How are you doing? What's up? What have you been up to?
I've been okay. Basketball. No, basketball is out of season until October, so
you can start to watch some of the clips and all them.
No. It's always better live. It's just like with food, fresh. So
okay.
I've been watching movies, attending events. I think I attended 3 this week and before 7. So Nollywood is, really doing great things. We're looking forward to seeing how things will pan out. I went to cinema as well. What else? Yeah. That's it. Event, cinema, work, normal. I'm okay.
All right. So how about you? Uris. What's up? What have you been up to? What have you watched? Tell me you're done watching.
Are you eating today?
No, I have not. Okay, yes, I have, but I'm not full, so I guess that's implicated. Yeah.
All right.
On this evidence, let's see. What have I been saying? On this evidence, you are clearly hungry. But yes, what have I been saying? Horror. I told you 2 weeks ago that I'm in my
office. Still not over it?
No, I'm not. So I saw sequel to Smile 2. Saw Heretic, which stars Hugh Grant in a rather horrific, which is unusual for him, I guess. What else? Yes, Late Night with the Devil. Now
you are taking this thing too far.
Which is on
come back to us.
Which is on the One of these things were really good. I must say I'm a big fan of Smile, the sequel to Smile. Too many jump scares, which always feels to me like people are trying to cheat the horror. But then I felt like Heretic, which has Hugh Grant, didn't have enough jump scares, so I guess
It made up for
something.
it.
I'm not quite sure. Yes, but honestly, I think anybody who is a horror fan should see Late Night with the Devil, which came out 2 years ago, and it just arrived on the Orange app, and it's really really good horror. And I feel like if anybody is thinking, at least in Nigeria, Nollywood filmmakers thinking about making horror, I think such types of horror movies are very very good. Single location.
Hmm.
So that means you're not spending too much money on looking for going to carry one rich man's house in Lekki. So at least you can film it somewhere nice. Just make sure it has maybe several rooms. So this one is actually a single room. Actually, that's where it takes place in, like on air. Actually, thinking about it. Okay, so anyway, let me just give the brief outline of what happened. Somebody found, or rather, people found a lost footage of a TV show that happens at night. And the guy just, the host of the show has this issue where he feels like he needs to be number one on the charts for late night host in America. So he decides to like stage this, bring demon callers, what do they call those guys? Seers into his show, hoping that something happens that makes people want to tune in. Well, let's just say something does happen, and then it becomes really, really, really bad as the things about an hour and a half, for 90 minutes or so. But yeah, really, really spectacular horror movie. Anyway, so what else have I seen? Of course, I've seen the reigning picture for Nollywood, or the series, To Kill a Monkey.
Oh yeah, we're going to talk about
Yes,
that.
all 8 episodes. Seen that. Yeah. What else? What else? I think I saw quite a lot of stuff. Over the past week. What else did I see? I think I saw something on the Blue app. I can't remember the title now. In any case, yeah, I haven't gone to the cinemas in a bit. So this is me just consuming what's available on the streaming platforms, local and international.
So, how many people have seen? Well, it's just the two of you. Arabo, are you done seeing? Okay, yeah, you did say you were done seeing all the episodes of To Kill a Monkey, right? Arabo, are you there?
Yes, I'm here. I've seen everything. Yeah, all 8.
I've seen only 2. I'm sure I'll get to it at some point. I mean, yes, by my standard, I've done pretty well. Yes.
That's like below the ground standards, but okay.
Please don't judge me. So let's get into the part where we first tell what Nigerians have been watching, and then we talk about the box office numbers. And so we're going to start with the streaming apps. For today, we're just going to do 2 streaming apps, the Big Red and the Big Blue. We're not going to do YouTube, and we're not going to do the Orange apps.
God, why is this happening?
Why now? What happened?
Time.
Okay.
Time. Okay. But
Yeah.
with the way things are going, new developments in the industry, we're going to have to be doing like 5 streaming apps.
Exactly.
I'm not sure about that. That won't last for let me know.
It's exactly the reason why I said that we're going to do just 2 so that we can conserve the time for that conversation. I guess subsequently we're going to know the number of apps we'll be doing. So let's start with the Big Red app. According to, is it Oris? They are no longer in Nigeria. What does it say? HMS? Yes, now you're the one that says that. All right, so we're going to do the top 10 movies. Again, disclaimer, this is to tell you that the movies are not necessarily the pick of the crop or the recommendations. They are just what Nigerians have been watching. Probably they've just been newly added to the website, the site, or somebody decided to dig it up, or there is a sequel coming up, and so some people decided to go and catch up with the first one. So the top 10 will stick with 5. 1 is Wall to Wall, something Asian. And 2 is K-pop, another Asian, K-pop Demon Hunters. 3 is A Normal Woman. That is something a little Asian as well.
Very rare. Very rare.
I did not hear that. Number 4 is Brick, while number 5 is Jack Ryan, Shadow Recruit.
All terrible stuff. And this series, right?
Okay, so I'm curious. So sorry, Oris, I'm going to quickly run through the top 10 since you said terrible. But number 6 is Old Got 2. Number 7 is the Super Mario Bros. Movie. Number 8 is Madia's Destination. Oh my God, it was number 1 last week. Number
That's what
9 is
happens when you check out content and you see, oh, this is what it's about.
Number 9 is Craven the Hunter. I might check this one out. While number 10 is Lilim. So let's talk about the top 10 TV shows. Number 1, the very obvious Kemi Adetiba Reigning Supreme with To Kill a Monkey. Number 2 is Untamed. Number 3 is The Sandman. Number 4, The Party. I'm impressed.
Same power.
Yeah, I am impressed. Number 5 is Squid Game. Quickly going over to the Blue app. Number 1, this one is a blend of the series as well as the movies. Number 1 is The Lost Days. Number 2 is The Summer I Turned Pretty. Number 3 is Heads of State. Number 4 is Countdown. Number 5 is Sin, First Blood. That's Jamaica.
It's actually out. I saw him make news about it on Instagram.
What would be good to do is to cast Jamaica and Ketension in the movie ASAP.
We know what you are referring to, Mr.
We know what you're talking about. All right. So now let's get started with let's quickly do what Nigerians have been paying to watch at the cinemas, and let's talk about the box office numbers. So Ryan Coogler's Sinners finally closes out his theatrical run in West Africa after 13 weeks, and altogether it got 775 million. Fair, or that is impressive?
I think that since this is not particularly an IP-driven project, it's decent. I think he's the one person, or maybe he's the one person who I think has crossed the 1 billion mark maybe twice. I don't know if it's
Yes, it did. Yes.
Okay, so he's the one person who has done that twice. After two with North. So I think it's good actually, and this even mirrors how successful it was too in the US. So altogether, I guess all praise to Mr. Ryan Coogler, who Nigerians seem to like.
Yeah, we keep saying that all the time.
I don't think there's another director. Maybe I don't think Chris Nolan has the same kind of appeal to the general audience in Nigeria in the way that Ryan does. So yeah, he might be the number one director for Nigerian filmmakers, who is American, of course.
Superman is conquering at 263 million as at 4 days. And F1, that is Brad Pitt, 133.9 million in West Africa. Ori is now the second highest grossing film for this part of this year, or at least, this year so far, with 419.1 million naira. And if you look at the top 10 highest grossing movies of all time in Nollywood, Ori is in the top 10. I think number 9, thereabout.
What has it shifted?
You get that for head.
It's probably a Ghana film or a Kemi film. I think it has shifted, but that's interesting.
It's a Muyiwa Ademola film.
I know what it has shifted from the top 10.
Oh, okay.
Because last year,
Jade is still there. Queen Latifah is still there.
Yes,
I think
it shifted. It came in last year. It shifted.
Yeah.
The film from
So
the list.
Queen Latifah is like 10 now.
No, that's not 10. It's higher.
Are you sure?
Yes.
How much?
Between 6 to 8.
I'm talking about the amounts made. Did Queen Latifah made
Queen
up to 400?
Queen Latifah is still 10. No, it made 365.
Exactly. So Ori has shifted Queen Latifah to the back because it's made more than Queen Latifah. So I'm talking about all time. Ori is ahead of Queen Latifah.
Ori is even ahead of Chief Daddy, sir.
Is it? No, I don't think Ori is ahead of Chief Daddy. Chief Daddy is around 400.
Ori is ahead of Chief Daddy.
Oh.
Chief Daddy is 387.
I mean, we can go on. We'll check it as the
All right. So congratulations to Ori. And that's pretty much what is for now for the box office and the major ones. Not to say that there aren't other movies at the cinema. And if you have checked out any of them, well, you can tell us. For today, we would have to do YouTube. If you want to say hello to us, we're trying to get the WhatsApp back for you, but you can join us on YouTube at Smooth 981 FM Lagos, at Smooth 981 FM Lagos. That's the handle you're searching for on YouTube. Please drop your comments, be a part of the show using the live chat option. We know that you're used to WhatsApp. Don't worry. We're going to get it back up for you as pretty soon as possible. So let's talk about To Kill a Monkey. Brotherlies. How did you feel with the whole Edo feel, I'll start, and this is very unlike me. I think for I just it was refreshing because it felt like a break from Lagos. Even though it was set in Lagos, it was about Lagos, but the Edo feel, the Benin vibes was still something refreshing for me. So now you have the floor, Maurice. Why didn't
Yeah, I mean, how did I feel about saying that? I mean, I was making a joke when I was saying it. I was like, okay. How many years after Rema shows up and Charlie Poppy becomes a major migrant star, we have a series that has the Edo Pidgin, or well, I don't know if it's Edo culture because that's something bad. So
boy
we have something about, we have a major character, rather, exactly, who is from Edo State and has like BD boys mannerisms. So I'm like, okay, so
also
something happening.
And Avia.
Anyway, so that was a thing for me, but I also thought that it felt to me a little bit, and this is, I don't know how to put this. This is probably, okay. This is probably sound
honorable.
No,
Do you need a recess?
no, no. I think what I'm trying to get at is, it felt to me, okay, a little weird that the very first time in maybe 2 decades or three even, where a major character for Nollywood is from Edo State, it is not exactly a positive character.
I just knew you were going to go there. I'm ready for you. Go on. Go on.
So anyway, so for me, I was like, while I'm very happy to have, what's it called now, a major character in a major project like To Kill a Monkey from my states, and I went to University of Benin, so I know people like that actually. I just felt weird that man, why is it not somebody who is a lot more, who is a better person than this guy? But that is not my major criticism for the project.
So I don't forget.
All right,
Do you feel in the same shoes as the ones from Isaleko when they watched Lagos? What's it now? Remind me. Gangs of Lagos. Do you feel the same way they felt?
No, I can't say that. I wouldn't, for instance, I wouldn't go to the extent of saying, hey, this is a major mark on the project. It's not. I'm just saying that, okay, it's more like there's one thing where you notice something. There's another thing where you actively say, but this is, bad. Stop it. I'm not saying anybody should stop anything. It's entirely fine. I'm just saying that as one of the first times, I think in my adulthood, where I'm saying major character is not a buffoon. Normally you have the buffoons from the AY movies that are from the South. But those are like something entirely different. This is sort of like a serious character, but it's also a serious character that is kind of a villain, at least for some parts. So for me, I'm like,
I wish you were better.
I just wish you were a better person, within the universe that came at it about creating.
Like a successful Edo businessman,
exactly, something like that. Something like that, or like, I don't know, maybe an actual tech bro who is
legit successful
exactly, who's not relying on what's it called now, criminal stuff to like get by. But this is, like I said, that is not my major business. That's just okay. And Edo State boy feeling some type of emotion about stuff like this. But that's not a mark on it. But I'm also very happy, to be honest, to see that, like I said, over the past 5-6 years, a lot more of Edo culture is coming to pop culture, which is not something that I think is it hasn't been common for a long time. I used to say that even for the entire South, we hadn't actually had somebody who affected pop culture in a major way in maybe decades, until maybe Timaya showed up. But even Timaya, I don't think was ever I don't think it was ever top 3 in the country at any one point. You understand? So there was Timaya, there was the very, very brief, almost ephemeral reign of Duncan Mighty.
Potako guy.
Yes. So, and both of them, so if what's happening? And so suddenly Rema shows up. I'm like, finally, yes. This is like a legit Benin boy who had, what's the word now? A certain finesse about him that people who grew up in Benin are aware, because just like Lagos, you have like there are several Benins. So Rema belongs to a particular kind of Benin that is not the Obos. That's not the Obos Benin. Rema is in a different section of Benin. Anyway, so of course Rema shows up and I'm happy. That's nice. And then a few years after, you have Charlie Poppy, who I'm not a big fan of, but still is important to the culture. So and now we have a major project that has somebody from the States also representing, speaking the way we do speak, you know. And I think Bucci was really, really excellent.
That guy is good.
A certain level of theatricality to a certain type of Edo or Bini boy that I think he kind of brings to the screen. I don't think the project itself, frankly, is great. But that's like more a knock on the writing and directing, which is Kemi Adetiba's problem. But as far as the performances go, two people I felt were outstanding. Bucci Franklin playing the role of Obos. I felt that William Benson, who I think is receiving residual praise online only because of how much Bucci has been taking so much of the shine. I think he's uneven. There are certain scenes where I felt like he wasn't conveying the emotion adequately. Part of that is not really his fault. It's also part of the poor writing of from Kemi. That's unfortunate. Even what's his name, Bucci, the scene where I shouldn't review this anyway. But later on, there's a particular scene where I felt like the writing needed to be stronger to assist what Bucci was trying to do. It didn't quite work for me. But generally speaking, I think he's the outstanding person in the entire show. Then there's the lady who also has Unbeliever. I told me she's named Madame Adoni. The lady who said you said financially.
That uses him.
I still said this is intentionally anyway. Financially, and then she I think was really, really good. Constance
I can't pronounce the
Olowoyomi or sometimes. She's the Yoruba. Anyway, yes, that lady who plays Benin Madam, even if she's named Yoruba is weird. I don't know why. But she was excellent. So the two of them, I think, without the two of them in that show, it will really, really, really be bad, frankly. And for me, I feel like Kemi sort of, in my own view, she has squandered twice now some of the goodwill she had built up with a certain type of viewer, people like me, that she had with King of Boys. The King of Boys series and the To Kill a Monkey series for me are unfortunate to say, but they are both poor. However, there's always a sense that somebody could rise from a project that's poor, and that is exactly what different players from. I hope that this, of course, leads to better, bigger roles. But there's also a problem with Nollywood that if you are a young actor, actress, whatever, right now, you need to blow several times to be blown. It's unfortunate, but that's just how it works because you have very few major projects showing up in which you might be the lead character. Look at Toby Bakri, who seems to have been on a run for like a year or two or so, with 3 major projects, I think, with what's her name, with Jade, and the one he did, the Slum King on the Orange Hour. But if you think about it now, in a sense, it seems like his Nollywood star is kind of thinning. And that's only because the stars are only as big as the project. And when you don't have big projects, the stars will suffer. So people like Shola Shobowale and R&D, who already had, even Jamaica, people who had, clouds before social media became a thing. Those people are the most fortunate ones because if they have a single role, that is enough to like make them just blow for the next 10 years. However, if you are young today, you need to blow this year, blow next year, blow the third year to finally like have a very solid base.
Do you think it's because of the many capable hands or many gifted guys that we have out there?
Yeah, there are too few, to be honest. I think it's more about the gifted hands behind the cameras. There are too few. And most of them are only interested in like making themselves stars. What I mean by that is think about 2 people who are really massive in terms of our box office. Tony Abraham and Funke Akindele. You think about there's not a single person they've made stars other than themselves. Not one person. So when you're thinking about stars, you have to think about the people who are directors and producers who are not themselves actors. So it's Jade, it is Kemi. I don't think there's a single person who is major, who is an actor who has made somebody else a star. I don't think there's a single person.
Just to clarify, when you say made them a star, you mean in terms of the quality of the project that they put out?
I mean in terms of 2 things. How big what they are doing is 1, and 2, how the publicity outside of that. And this is one of the I guess more criticism of maybe somebody like Moabudu, who has also made stars. But you also get the sense that sometimes Moabudu is such a huge personality that even our project, she's the star, even if she's not in front of the camera.
Finally, on that one, do you think the appearances of Jide Kene in the movies, in the Funke Akindele movies, you think it didn't contribute to his star power?
No. I think Jide Kene was made from the Living in Bondage, which, by the way, that's another person. I don't know what's happening to over the last few years, but that's somebody else who has also made stars. What's his name? Charles Opaleke
Play
of Charles,
Network.
yes, exactly. So I think the FNS star really came from living in bondage. Not the person who could have done it recently is what's his name? Kule Afolayan, who for the longest time, let's not forget, used to use himself in the movies, but forget that now. But Kole was on his way to making what's his name? Kole Remy a star.
Mm.
But because the series of Anikulapo wasn't particularly focused on the character of Anikulapo, it kind of dissipated Remy's rising star. So now it feels like okay, he had a really breakout role with the film Anikulapo. But it looks like I'm like, okay, what exactly is would you think of Kule Remy as an A-list now? People might argue. And that's only because when the series came out, he was no longer the focus. Anyway, this is going beyond that.
Okay, we need to take your robust thought, but before I do, it's Anikulapo.
Ah, yes, the Yoruba babes corrects me. No, do not be angry.
Yeah, well, let's go with you.
Yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed To Kill a Monkey. Yes, it has issues as every Nollywood project would do. Some directing, some scripting here and there. You just felt that some scenes needed to be deeper, needed to be sharper. The
And
actors, I'm sure they
shorter
did their.
because they dragged.
Oof, it's a
And
four
yeah, the
episode
reason
show
it would
actually.
drag, I'm sure editing played a part in that. And the reason it would drag is because they're looking to make it a limited series, keep people locked in over a period of 8 episodes. So yeah, I can understand that part. But again, not saying that I would prefer it. It's a good story. Implementation is still solid, but not what you would expect. There are some scenes and some plot holes and some areas that you're just like, nah, this shouldn't have been like this. This could have been fixed here. But then again, you continue watching and you see some other scenes that are so deep. You're like, okay, I think I'll forgive the other one. I think the performances were great. Yes, there are times when I felt Bucci could have done better. Not that he didn't do well in the entire limited series. I'm saying from the script, hearing the script, I feel the scripting wasn't correct for that particular scene. So I'm sure he just did what he was required to do based off of directing. Then for the lead actor, I feel that guy, if he has a very solid seasoned director to really direct him and coach him on how he's supposed to be off of a great script, I believe that guy is going to be very, very phenomenal because he has, the trappings of a very great actor. He's also in cinema right now with one of the movies. I can't remember, Cordelia. I think it's
Yeah.
Tunde Kelani film. So to the point about rising stars and lead actors and everything, yeah, I mean, it's a sad situation where we would see these two performances now, and it's not like we don't even know that Bucci Franklin is a great actor. We've known this. Whenever you meet people who know film and you ask them about your top five, Bucci Franklin is always going to be in your top five, top 10, like based off of pound for pound talent. Now, To Kill a Monkey, I am looking forward to seeing how they may bring out season two. I think it was somewhat of a cliffhanger, but it could also still conclude there, depending. Um, I did not like how it ended in the sense how it was just quickly wrapped up in the sense of say, I can't give away too much information, but let me put it like this. I was expecting some twists. It was just too quick a wrap up, a simple wrap up. There was no twist. I was expecting something grand, something, you know, juicy. Because the way it just ended, I was like, yes, this is a good ending if it were to be a movie. But the limited series having stretched me so long, and that's how it ended. I was like, somewhat, anticlimactic and all that. But it's a solid limited series in my own opinion. I can understand why people would not like it, but it's a solid thing. It's not in my bad column whatsoever. I won't put it there at all. I won't say it's horrible. I won't say it's bad. I won't give it any like bad word. It's good. It's solid. It's better than King of Boys the series. Way better. In fact, you cannot even mention it. Like saying you want to mention Chris Brown and Trey Songs or something. That's just blasphemous. So yeah.
Well,
How did that come up?
well, yeah, I think for me the pilot episode was like less. I wrote about it anyway. It's less than a five, but overall, I think it's maybe a five for me. Or that's when you add up all of the episodes. Because again, if this was a project done by somebody who hadn't done King of Boys, the movie, and somebody who doesn't have as much resources as Kenny, I might be inclined to say, okay, maybe a six. But no, I feel like there's no reason for me to like be generous. with somebody who can marshal the kind of resources that Kemi can, who has the kind of clout that she does, who has the goodwill, like I said, that she's built up over 2 major movies. Like I said, these are the 2 most influential movies in my own view for the past 10 years, Wedding Party and King of Boys. So somebody like that doing this, with all of the drags here, the terrible writing here, the stuff here, yeah, I'm like, no, it's just a 5. That's the best I can
do. So I understand your point wholeheartedly. Now, when you see it after the concluding episodes, it's straight to written, directed, produced by, that's our Tyler Perry, if you're going to look at it that way.
So now, fair. No. She's better than Tyler, please.
No, she's not better than Tyler, please.
I think she's better, but let's not get into
that. She's not a better writer than Tyler. No, that one, no.
I don't know about writer, but overall, I think she's better for our industry. Okay, but anyway, like you're saying.
But what I'm saying is like, at that series is at least a 6. At least a 6 in my book. So for the writing, I can get why there were lapses, because she's wearing many hats. She's having to direct, she's having to produce, she's having to write. No, I know, I'm getting to my point. So my point is that Nigerianness of say, okay, I go do everything, especially when I now have the resources. She's not, giving it to somebody, contracting to somebody else that she knows, okay, this person can write, this is my vision, just help me write this. Give me stellar dialogue or whatever. Then maybe even get somebody else who would even produce. I mean, there are great producers in Nollywood, Judith Aldu, Isioma Osaja, and all those people. Like, so you can meet those people and give them the production work. Then you can now focus on the directing and say, okay, let me even really direct this. So you would understand the lapses because of the 3 hats that she was wearing. But honestly, I'm even going to watch it again because close friends of mine were telling me, they didn't like it. They didn't do this. So I was like, okay, what I saw, I was really enjoying it from start to finish. I didn't really have any downside per se. It was just leveled up in a way. But yeah, some scenes could have been better. There were like 3 scenes that I was really, 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 really expecting the dialogue to be so deep, just like the bedroom scene with him and his wife. Even that one could have been deeper self. Do you remember that scene?
I do. Unfortunately, I just think that some of the major scenes with To Kill a Monkey, I could remember the original, which is better. That was Marriage Story. Anyway, yes, we should wrap this up.
Yes. Yeah, Marriage Story. Marriage Story. Yeah, you get my point. Yeah.
All right. Thank you very much, gentlemen. Thank you for your take on To Kill a Monkey. It's very important that we do not kill this monkey, wake it up, and then kill it again. And for anyone who's listening, make sure that you maintain your own take on it. This is what I mean. Don't, because of what others have said, think, it's a terrible movie. Everybody's saying it's terrible, so it's terrible. Or everybody's saying it's good. Oh, yes, it's the best thing since sliced bread or whatever you like to eat. Make sure that you have your own mind when you're watching this thing and you have your own lens so that you don't end up feeling so, I don't know, the cognitive dishonest about it.
Please be influenced by my take.
Do not be influenced by any of the take of our analyst. All right, so we'll take some messages on YouTube. Again, you can join us on YouTube at Smooth 981 FM Lagos, at Smooth 981 FM Lagos. I have Angel Santos who said, hiya, great Smooth film focused team. I think Biodun Stevens and Omoni Ubuli, who are both actors, have also focused on producing other great actors. Well, thank you for the compliments, Angel. Please, 30 seconds.
So, the 2 of them, the other thing I don't think you think of her as an actor. First and foremost, she's a director, so I don't think that's true. Omoni Ubuli, on the other hand, I don't know if because she focuses on YouTube, it is hard to say she's made like a major star. I don't know about the YouTube stars. And the people that she kind of had, the 2 people who it looks like she did the best for, what's her name? Uzarukwe and Bamba. Both of them were stars before she used to. So it's tricky to say that, she's the one that's done anything for both of them.
Yeah. Irabo?
I don't think Omoni has, and this is not a shade or anything, we're just going by what's out there. So I don't think Omoni has really, raised any stars. Yes, she has done films and she has featured people, but not like because of this film they became stars. I can agree with maybe Biodun Steven, let's say Bimba Demoye, I'm not sure, I'm not sure.
Yeah, but she's not even there, but I'm saying she's mostly a director, not an actor. So it's difficult to
she's mostly a director. So it's difficult to even pair that with her, So I don't think so.
But one thing is certain, they have all contributed in one way or the other. It's like you're trying to bring down a tree. You chip at it or you cut it a little bit, another person cuts it, another person cuts it, and by the time the last person with the axe comes and it falls, it feels like that was the person who cut it. So that's one thing.
Yeah. So honor those who brought razor blade too.
No, sorry, I'm sorry. No, Film is entirely wrong.
Tell me what your take is. 30 seconds.
No, because I don't think any of these persons, except for I think he mentioned what's his name? Who did you mention just now? Oh God. Yes, Bimbo Ademoye, good. Except for maybe Bimbo and Biodo Steven. Well, like I said, she's the director, so it doesn't really matter. I don't think that there's any major project you would think of from this people and say, oh, that's their breakout role. There's no such thing. What Eniola Salami did for Shola Shobowale, I don't think anything has done. I don't think there's an equivalent for these people. But anyway.
So again, Shola Shobowale has to blow again after blowing a bit with Eniola Salami.
Yes, now that's what kind of made her. Eniola Salami is, it's kind of Shola.
So Toy Tomato, Eniola Salami. Nice.
Exactly.
That was a time, an era. Toy Tomato was an era.
So you have to blow each era with your own character. So keep
you
blowing.
did, honestly, that's just the case. Except your RMD, maybe that's the person who seems to be exempt from these things.
And because he keeps reinventing, or is that the word, or he keeps
because Baba they do Zaddy now.
That's part of
the reinvention. So maybe she's right on that.
Exactly, because he's not old. He's one of those that you can say
reinvention without the film is what I mean. Without the film.
When we say old, the dictionary meaning of old, we're saying you have set your ways, you are fossilized, you're crystallized, such that you're who you are, your roles are. I mean, for instance, how old is Peter Doce? You can't.
I mean, it's like he came on with 7 Zaddy vibes now as repositioning strategy.
All right, so let's move on. And this time, the big news that everybody has been raving and ranting about since yesterday, I think, that was when the news broke. Canal Plus finalizes $3 billion acquisition of MultiChoice. What does this hold? What is in the nearest future? Anybody looking into the crystal ball?
I don't know, man.
Let me start with Irabo, because I know that if we restart, 30 minutes will still here.
That's not fair.
But that's the truth.
My brother, you can start if you want to start.
No, please. Irabo, take no problem.
Brotherly. You're doing brotherly on this show.
We are from Edo State. We are already brotherly. Anyway,
I hear you.
So, I mean, to that brotherly statement, I'll answer your question. Oris, whenever we reach that brotherly level, I beg, please, let's not go and be flamboyant when we don't have our beg, please. All right. So anyway, this whole acquisition thing, I'm going to look at it from, I don't know, I feel it's a power move. I feel like there's some colonialism thing going on. Part 2, in a way, trying to control. I don't know. The way I was just looking at it, I just like, But I say, Rabot, stop trying to think like this. Just think positively. They've acquired something. They had a certain percentage at the point, so they've acquired something. So now they own it, basically. So it's good if you have people that are willing to buy into your platform or acquire something that you have after you've built it over a period of time. So me, I'm just going to look at how they roll out their content, the kind of things they're going to be putting on where, on when, and all that. So I think it's kind of news where I will just take a step back and see. Then I can comment when I now see enough information to be able to build from. But yes, everybody is selling things. The NBA teams, some of them are selling their teams now. So I don't know what's happening. Maybe it's going to be the end of the world sometime soon, and everybody's trying to cash out and enjoy life. I don't know. But I would wonder why they would sell. I think it's still a good product. But if they're looking to sell, then there's something we don't know, but we'll know in due time.
Well,
Iris?
Yeah, who's saying could take 30 minutes, Abby? Anyway, I think there is probably a political angle to this, as seems to be pointing out. I don't know yet, but I will speak maybe more about the economic and maybe the cultural thing. It's a shame that this is probably the biggest media provider across the continent. Is going to be the hands of a non-African. I mean, South Africa is already a little European anyway, but at least you could say Africa was in their name. But suddenly, it is 100% owned by a billionaire who is French. I feel like this is a little worrisome because this It provides so much information, entertainment to millions of people across the continent. Suddenly, it's no longer in the hands of the continent. I don't know, man. Yeah, so that's on that scale, I'm kind of worried. On the entertainment level, I wonder what sort of content we are going to be getting now. I have never been a big fan of what happens in Francophone Africa, broadly speaking. So I don't know if we are going to be seeing more Francophone kind of content.
Definitely.
You know, like I said, I've never been a big fan of.
I mean, will you spend that amount of money to continue pushing content in English? And
yeah, of course, if it's going to bring money, of course they will do that. But I'm just wondering, like, is that going to affect? Are we suddenly going to now see that? What's it called? It's going to be Africa French magic.
Maybe there will be there will be the one dedicated to French. Maybe, just maybe.
Wow, there's so much. I think Africans are used to for like decades. What happens to AMVC? There's so many brands that they now own that I'm like, I'm not sure what is going to happen. You're laughing, but I'm serious. You get? Does this mean
AM L'Afrique?
We've always that there've always been some kind of Nigerian focus because of course we seem to have been like a major part of the consumers of the MultiChoice brand. What happens to that now? Is it going to shift a little bit to Burkina Faso or to Senegal or something? I don't know, man, so I'm a little worried about what we get going forward. Then of course there's also the bit about the jobs. Now that it's no longer in the hands of Africans, are we going to get people who are, I mean, of course, yeah, about myself, I'm sure we have friends who work at MultiChoice. What is that going to be? What happens to their jobs? Are they still going to be there? Are they going to be replaced by French-speaking Africans or by French people themselves? There's so many things, Will there be massive? So for many companies, once acquisition is done, one of the first things they do is to look at the payroll and say, oh, look, operational costs, the major things there are like personnel. Can we got that? How can we reduce that? So if we are going to see more people who are working in the media system getting, I guess, the pink slip, I don't know if that's a good thing, because I have friends in all of these companies. So anyway, there's so many thoughts: economic, political, cultural, and entertainment, that are in flux now. And again, now that they've completed it, how long until we start to see these?
8th of October 2025.
Okay, that's when it's going to be official.
Yep, that's when it's kicking off and things are kicking off.
It then means that we will have a few more months of status quo before we start to hear major bloody news going on. So in any case, I guess by 2026, next year, I think we would know a little bit more about what happens to one of our biggest entertainment brands across the continent. So it's a little scary times, but for now, it's more uncertain times.
This is the end.
It is hopefully a new beginning.
Hold because I don't know if scary is the word, but it makes me a little uneasy, especially in terms of telling the stories and also telling a different kind of story, because we have known that movies, art, entertainment, or all of those things, they are very instrumental in many things in terms of mentally colonizing and all of that. It's the reason why till tomorrow, many people still have a certain picture of America and some other countries because of how the movies and some of the things that they told. So now having to have them tell our stories, gosh, I don't know.
Remember, for instance, the people who are very skeptical about the Red App, mostly because they feel some of the shows there promote a certain type of way that's kind of at least
on African.
Exactly. So now that we have this,
and the sky fall.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah, we hope for the best. Je m'appelle Oluwaseun.
You might apply for a job now then.
Okay, it reminds me of the time when I don't know where it was. I think it was someone who put up a listing or something like that. Anyways, the people on Twitter, as usual, did comment ça va, and somebody says ça va bien merci, and I'm like, what is wrong with you Nigerians? Let's talk about streaming platform Kava, and this one is coming as a result of the group, should I say merging, but heavyweights Inkblot Studios and Film House group deciding to launch a global streaming platform called Kava, but it will be focused on stories from Africa. Good news, bad news? Yeah, we're in the middle. Which one? Boris?
Well, I mean, look, this particular bit of news is I was telling someone this morning that look, if the major distributor of Nollywood or are investing in a new streaming platform, what does this say to people who believe that the major streaming platforms, from the guys at Prime, from the guys at Netflix, are going to come back here? I feel like it tells us that maybe, just maybe, they are
Like
not
very good.
Exactly, because these guys, you have to know that Filmhouse, I believe, are one of the major beneficiaries of the influx of the foreign streaming platforms to what's it called now, to the continent. Because, of course, they had a lot of films that they could give these guys for major dollars at a time when the Naira was sleeping, against the dollar. So suddenly we have this, they are doing this. So it means that if they know something that we don't know, and they probably do, it would mean that those guys are probably not showing back here anytime soon. But then again, as concerning the business and the economic potential of this, I honestly believe that it is 7 years too late. I don't think that there's a single platform across the continent, I think I've said this 2 weeks ago, that can confidently compete with any of these guys. It's not just possible. They don't have the finances to do it. So is it going to be a case of the Netflix, the Primes would no longer be acquiring anything at all from Nollywood? If that's the case, then maybe just maybe they have a chance of survival. But if they're going to apply, if they're going to take 1, 2, or whatever random every year, I do not believe that there's a single platform, Cover, or the one that Ebony Life is about to do. I don't think they have a chance. I don't think anybody can compete with
Give them a fighting chance, Oris.
Can't, because I can tell you, look, even we can talk about it here, right here in this room, me, you, and Irabon. I've subscribed to all of the 3 platforms, the orange, the blue, and the red. I doubt that anybody else does the same. But everybody here probably has the red. There's a reason why that's the case. Streaming is a volume business. It's the fact that you know that I can watch 10 movies today and I'm still not going to be 1/10 of what is available here. Can Inkblot and Filmhouse say the same for whatever it is they are building? They can't.
Baby steps.
No, but I'm telling you that, look, they have to do it every year. The people they're competing with, they have 320 million subscribers across the country, across the continent. Can they confidently tell me now that they can acquire anything that is maybe, say, Asian, Korean, which of course we know we love a lot, or American? I doubt it. Your Naira cannot do that. So what they're going to be depending on is like heavily Nigerian content. And the people who are going to be giving to them, if they have a choice to give them or to give Netflix, would rather give it to Netflix. If you have a chance, if you have only 303K, to say, what would you subscribe? Would you subscribe to the Nigerian app or the American, where you can have a variety of content? You would also say the American.
Oris.
So on both ends, this doesn't look viable. Anyway, that's the end.
No matter how short you are, Oris, if you step out, you will see the sky.
Trust a short person to come through with a short joke.
Those are not my words. Trust me. Those are the words of President Tinubu. Go on.
What do you think?
Who is also a short person?
No,
Anyway,
he's not.
Okay. So when I first heard the name, I was just like, oh, they say it's for Nollywood, it's for Africa. I was like, oh, what are they trying to do with this? The name didn't sound African or Nigerian or whatever. But when I now got wind of what it means keeping African voices alive, which I think is a very apt, coining of what happened following, Red App and Blue App leaving, Nigeria and all that. So I feel they're going to be filling a void. We don't know the economic viability and sustainability of these 2 platforms, that is Kava and AL On Plus, because we are looking at it from what we witnessed in terms of the Blue App and the Red App, and knowing that they had the financial backing and they left, we're now looking at, okay, how are these people leaving and we're having our own now step in, So we're not really understanding it, but I'm sure as time goes on, I'm giving it a very cautionary, optimistic, opinion where I'm like, maybe there's something we're not seeing. Maybe there's something that we didn't think about. Maybe because we had one, then we had another one follow through in a matter of weeks. So who knows whether they have been working on it since and they put a pause. Then, the red app came because of that. I mean, the red app came, then they put a pause and just went with that flow, then decided to resume. Maybe, I don't know. So I'm not really sure because
you can't continue with this one.
It's just a question. But remember there was something called circuits, just like a few months ago. Circuits.
Yes. Speak into the mic. I can't hear you.
Okay. I was saying circuits. You remember circuits?
I remember circuits, yes.
Exactly, but we have not heard from them in a while. So if they exist, these are two more people are going to play in the same space that they exist in, isn't it?
Yes, I understand. So now the thing is, it's all about model. So we have the Film House, we have the Genesis, we have the Silverbird. I'm not mentioning brand names, so I'm sorry. But I'm just trying to give an example.
Those are not brand names at all. They are just names without the brand.
Chineke. So you've even helped me answer my question or make my point in the sense that you have Film One. To me, I think they are the number one. Like, their work is impeccable. But now you have Genesis and Silverbird. Silverbird, who even entered the industry before Film One. You would see that there is a gap between Film One, Genesis, and all those other people. So I want to believe that different players can come at the same time, but different people have different models and understand things better. That's what I'm saying. So I'm looking at how they're going to execute. That's what I want to see. I want to see the interface. I want to see the content they have. I want to see their pricing. I want to see them from now to the end of the year, and I'll be able to judge because I feel that there is a smoking gun that we are not aware of.
Okay.
Only Yoruba app can succeed. Sorry, that's the truth. Yoruba Epic apps, those will succeed.
Maybe they would get Yoruba Epics on the platform too.
You never can tell. I mean, fingers crossed. We just need to wait for these people, let them launch what they have, and we'll start to make the judgments. Thank you for being here. We need to quickly wrap it up as we go on. Just some headlines. The Benin government has appointed American filmmaker Spike Lee and his wife, Tonya Louise Lee, to be ambassadors for Africans Americans in the US. I'm not sure what that means.
It just means that
nonsense.
Everybody else wants some dollars. Remember that a few years ago, Ghana did the year of return, and it has a ton of cash.
But I mean, for what it was, somebody did say he was going to go back to Ghana to build a film.
No, what I'm saying is that if you make announcements like this and you then say that, he's going to show up at some point to the country, then people will come and see what's his name? Sorry,
Spike Lee.
Spike Lee in Cotonou.
All right.
So that's what I think. That's the angle. It's just to boost stories and bring dollars into the country.
What we should be thinking of
who exactly, what is our equivalent? That's what we should be thinking of. We need an equivalent. Who's going to do it for us?
Anyways, still about the headlines we're running through quickly. Christopher Nolan unveils first official poster for epic film, The Odyssey. Yoruba Epic.
Yes. The Odyssey.
And part of the cast, you have Zendaya, Tom Holland, and Hathaway, Lupita Nyong'o, Charlize Theron, Robert Pattinson. Yeah. And finally, the angel that has smaller wings compared to all the other angels, a budget guardian angels. Keanu Reeves is going to be talking more than he did in Hotel Continental, or what's that movie again? John Wick. So
yeah, I saw the trailer, and it's me. I like stuff like this. People who are going to be angry because of blasphemy and everything. Yeah, I like them. I won't lie.
And yeah, that's it. On finally, okay, I said finally the other time. Okay, so another finally, the United States Federal Communications Commission have approved an $8 billion Skydance and Paramount merger.
Oh, finally! This is really big news because it's been all this thing for like a year. I mean, I have so many things to say.
Yeah, so we'll do that next week. So thank you very much, gentlemen. We're done. That's it.
Okay, yes, and yes, I'm Kachoris on Twitter, and please check us out on filmefico.com.
Yes. Irabo, how many followers do you have now?
I've not even checked, Seth. I'm sure I have like 8 or 9. But to that Skydance Paramount merger, I know we're talking about it next week. So I just feel that it's the final nail in the coffin for legacy media. Like, what happens when all the tech billionaires buy up culture? Like, I don't understand all this acquisition. But it's all good. Follow me at Irabo Okosun100 on all social media platforms. That's it.
And you can catch up with this one on YouTube at Smooth 981 FM Lagos. At Smooth 981 FM Lagos. Go back to watch it, get your popcorn and the company of who you like, and start to dissect some of the things that we have said. Maybe something that Ori said and you wanted to give him a punch in the face. No violence. What? And Rabo said and you were smiling at him. It's just about fun, right? So just. So yeah,
somebody come and beat me. I can't fight to a bit.
Yeah, the brothers will be back on Film Focus, and yes, I think this is what To Kill a Monkey has done now. So we start Casbah. We can start Casbah right now. Thank you for being there. My name is Oluwaseun Olusegun. You guys should up here.
Probably had
Very much for joining us on YouTube. We're grateful. Catch you next time.
Major Santos, yes, French magic. That's a good name.
I don't know if it will be magical.
We already have trade plans or whatever they call them. So.
Oh yeah. La.
Bam Bam just asking. Yeah, okay. If you specify with acting, really, fair, but you're very grown.
I mean, yeah. Yeah. But a lot of people didn't know that she was into acting. More people associated her with singing.
Up until this moment, I didn't know she sang. Oh, up until this exact moment, I had no idea about the singing talent in her. I don't know, in her bomb. Yeah, I had no idea. You just, yeah.
Okay.